Bully, there's a song on the new U2 album that says, I got music so I can exaggerate my pain. And in this particular song, I've got music so I can exaggerate what I'd like to do to some people that I really dislike. And this song lyrically is obviously taking anything that I would actually physically do a lot further. But it's fun to be able to be that much of a badass in this lyric. Raver, I didn't make the original Summer of Love, which was 88, 89, but I managed to be there for the Autumn of Love, which was 1990. I was at school, or otherwise I'd have been there. I can remember Faye Birkin, who used to be one of my classmates. Ladies develop more quickly than boys, and she got a grown-up boyfriend that I think took her to a rave at Blackpool, and she brought back a flyer and it was psychedelic, and it just lodged in my mind as something that I immediately needed to do, was go to a rave and do whatever they were doing. This song is an ode to Shallys in Stoke, Cream in Liverpool, Hacienda in Manchester, Miss Moneypennies in Birmingham. Lyrically, it's probably not the best ode to my drug enthusiasm and rave enthusiasm, but emotionally I think it will take you there. Heavy entertainment show. Bruce Springsteen's a bit good. Understatement. I listened to his album Wrecking Ball and instantly wanted to make a song like Bruce's songs on Wrecking Ball. So this is my ode to Bruce Springsteen, of which I've had a few already. But the Heavy Entertainment Show is life. The Heavy Entertainment Show is everyday activities, mundane activities, walking down the road, seeing cars and people, watching the news, interacting with friends. It's also Public Image Limited. Rise is a song that I love. So it's Bruce Springsteen meets Public Image Limited, and lyrically it's just about life being the Heavy Entertainment Show. We are the universe expressing ourselves as a human being for 80 plus years if you're lucky. And that's the Heavy Entertainment Show. The Edge is about me having an affair with the guitarist from U2. All Climb On, it would seem, is a friendly mental favourite. I've been reading the forums and I've seen the comments under it on YouTube, and it's a sort of message to myself, because I can emotionally and physically give up, and it's quite frightening place to be when you decide that you've given up. Hasn't happened for a long time, and I don't think it will, but just in case, this is a message in a bottle to say nope, climb on. So Surrender and Green Light should have been on the Take the Crown album, but we ran out of time. In hindsight, I'd take Hey Wow Wow off, I'd put Reverse on the album proper, and I would maybe take Shit That's on the Radio off and put Green Light on. Surrender was always the big hope in the early days of writing Take the Crown. It was the, oh, at least we've got Surrender. But lyrically, I just couldn't make it sit right with me. Originally the lyric was, when you feel like hope is gone, there's no need to soldier on. Surrender, lay down and surrender, my love. But it just didn't feel right for some reason. I actually sent it to Michael Stipe, who wrote a lyric for it. A lovely lyric, but it didn't feel as though it was, it obviously wasn't my words, so it didn't quite go. Thank you very much, Michael Stipe. God bless you for even giving me the time of day. Neil Hannon for the Divine Comedy had to go on this song, and the same sort of thing. And I thought it was so big that it was going to be, you know, our first single or the first single. I was wrong, and I changed the lyric to, instead of surrender, lay down and surrender, I changed it to don't surrender, don't you ever surrender. But I think there's a beauty in the first version, surrender, and I'm not talking about actually giving up, just surrender with giving too much of a fuck, and finding a bit of peace with the surrender in serenity. But now it's an anthem for never giving up, so don't. Love Is You is a deeply personal song about which I can't say much, because I think it should be interpreted however the listener wants to hear it, and also saves me the embarrassment of revealing what it's actually about. The Cure is a song written about Ida. I think that it would have fitted on Reality Killed the Video Star really well. And how I weighed this one up going forward about why it won't go on the next album. So I thought to myself, is it better than Starstruck off Reality Killed the Video Star? And for whatever reason, I don't think it is. So I've been incredibly cutthroat with my own material as regards to the next album, and this just didn't make the cut because I don't think it's better than Starstruck, and if it isn't better than something that you've done before in a similar vein, then bat on until you find something that is. Pilot is a song mainly written with Guy and some other dude who's got a fantastic voice and writes great songs. I changed a few lyrics, but I love the vibe of it, just had to sing on it. The Brits was written the day after being at the Brits in 2000 and whatever it was, and it was just a sterile evening. And I know it's not wise to bite the hand that has been so generous to me in the past, but I always remember the Brits as being sort of rock and roll, and you never knew what was going to happen next, and there was a vibe and there was an energy, and you know, there was going to be me offering Liam on, or Jarvis Cocker getting up and showing his arse to Michael Jackson, or Chumbawamba throwing a bucket of water over John Prescott, or whatever. And the whole evening, and a few of the Brits before, just descended into this polite, professional nothingness. And I'm sure that whatever came out on the TV was very entertaining, but backstage it just didn't feel like it used to feel. And I was sad about that. There's a few lines in there that are not mine, they're Biggie Smalls lines. and fucked a few female stars or two. Sorry if that's offended you. They're not my line, they're Biggie Smalls' line. It's just me being a rapper. Let me have my fantasy. National Treasure. Who do you think it's about? I won't tell you who it is. Maybe you could answer that on the forum or underneath the blog. Be interested to see. It's become about me. It was originally about somebody else. Who is it? Super Tony is I Am Super Tony, and it's a moniker that I gave myself whilst writing this song, looking back at myself at a period in my life that was heavily influenced by cocaine and London and media hangouts. And I got myself into some serious shit, and the song is a jaunty, light-hearted look back at a period in my life where I totally unravelled and lost myself and my personality and who I was and what I was all about. I became something else for other people. But this song's sort of like a jaunty Lionel Bart version of that life. Green Light is a song that I get euphoric recall every time I listen to it. And it's an ode to the dying of the past, a past me. It's probably what people talk about when they have a midlife crisis, which is grieving the groovy person that you used to be or you thought you were when you were 18, 19, 20, 21. There's a particular girl that I've written this song about, and it was from my clubbing days. We used to go out as a gang, and if we hadn't found anybody to sleep with, we'd sleep with each other. And yeah, I've got rose-tinted spectacles about those days because, you know, those days took me to rehab, but there was a reason for continually banging my head against that brick wall, because it was a lot of fun for a short while, and this is the short while it was still fun. Bullet, the backing track, Tim and Flynn, my Aussie mates, wrote, and they pressed play, and I was in the vocal booth, and I sang the song from the beginning to the end, and that's the take that you've got on this album. It was all ad-libbed, there was no changes. In one take, that's how it came out of my mind, and therefore that's the way it stayed. And of course it's about Ida.
But I was somewhere out of time, out in space, out of